This is John Reed with QualityCoding.org. I've shared before about how I really prefer using AppCode over Xcode, especially for doing test-driven development. But today let's back off from TDD, and I want to share about how the unit testing experience itself is different between the two environments, especially given what I wrote recently about OC Mockito and how its new reporting shares a lot more information about verification failures. For example, if a method is not invoked on a mock object but other methods are, OC Mockito will share this information about what was expected, but what the other methods were in a multi-line statement. So it's a lot of information. Let's go and see what this looks like. First in Xcode, let's start with the passing case. I'm going to Control U to run the tests. And there it did it, but it doesn't tell me anything more than that. I can go digging for it, but that's the way it is by default. Whereas in AppCode, I Control R to run the current configuration, which is set up to run my unit tests. And there it shows me a lot more information. It tells me that 7 tests passed in 4 milliseconds. All tests passed. It's not showing me any failures, but I can dig down easily to see what the passing tests were. I can also see how long each test took so that I can judge whether a test is too slow or not. Pretty handy. So now let's go to Xcode and see what happens in the event of a failure. Instead of calling data task with URL, I'm going to change this to a download task, which is not correct. So I expect the test to fail. Let's see what it does. Control U. And it tells me test failed. Well, what? Now I have to go digging. Of course, it's showing me the red here, and here, and here. I can see, at least in this panel, that it says wanted but not invoked. Let's go there. So that tells me something, wanted but not invoked. That, of course, is only the first line of the entire report from OC Mockito. In order to get that report, what do? I have to position my mouse and hover over the error to see what all the lines are. This is an example of how Xcode is very mouse-centric, and AppCode, by contrast, tries to be very keyboard-centric, which is a lot faster than positioning your mouse. There are other ways I can go digging for this information. We can go to the test results, and I can see the failure and expand it. Oh, but this isn't good. This has removed the new lines so that it's all a single line. I can't really read this very well. We can go to the logs and expand this. There we go. That's finally something that gives me information that I don't have to hover over, but that took a lot of clicks to get there. Let's go to AppCode. Here we go. Are you ready? Control R, run, and there it is. All in one shot, all the information I need. AppCode is exceptional for running unit tests.